So last time we got together and talked and did some planning together, I thought the session went really well, and I just wanted to talk about real quickly what you thought went well in our previous session. And I really liked how our goals sort of aligned with each other, and we followed our agenda very closely. So I just wanted to ask if you had any other comments or feedback about that before we go on.
Sure. Again, the students at the center of the goals, exactly.
Absolutely, it's all student centered as well.
Perfect. So I just showed you the vision statement, and I just wondered, in the clip of it, I wondered if you feel that the vision represented the diverse population of students. It is a vision centered, student centered. So is it about what the goals we have talked about in the statement, the clip that we just saw?
I wouldn't say so based upon the vision. It is a diverse population.
Names related. Yeah, I would agree mostly. I think maybe we have a couple of these more slides more close to
So presented, and we're not presented to the school. That's definitely something we take into consideration. So
And
that's great. And then, so the goal, one of the goals that we talked about last time was the support and high school, 75% of our students will score in because that seems to be a really vulnerable population that's falling below standards. And I was wondering if you thought more parent outreach and more activities after school to support students in this category would be beneficial or helpful. And what are those activities, do you think?
I think you need to break it out between individual development and group. As new ELL students come into the system, they will continue to skew the average baseline skills downward, even though individual students are picking up skills, mostly in the written grammar, because the oral, conversational speech of ELLs catches up very quickly.
And some of the barriers we identified at the last meeting was lack of effective instructional strategies. There were language barriers were huge because parents aren't understanding sometimes what the school sends home, number one, and also they don't understand about absences and the effect that has on the test scores and the learning, and sometimes they actually go and take vacations during the school year, and so that needs to be communicated, I think, more effectively. But and as you know, that notes don't necessarily have to be sent home in other languages unless there's a certain percentage of the population at the school. So there needs to definitely be a liaison or something that's helping these families. And then lack of student understanding of the test due to language barriers and testing format, so that's unfamiliar as well. And then lack of parent resources that connect student assignments with home and community. So what are some ways you think we can create a partnership between the school and the families in order to help meet this goal?
So right away, the first thing that popped into my head was I understand that there may be a cost perspective that might prevent this, but I don't see how in the long run it would be a bad idea to start preparing materials that are explanatory towards families of at least major languages, Spanish, Chinese, Japanese, what have you, and at least going over in broad strokes areas that are very common where we see difficulty in terms of integration or having students and parents understand what the process that we have here are.
Bilingual, definitely for
Bilingual,
for the
yeah.
parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning, it's important you've set a target. Let's explain that target that everyone's shooting for, and make sure that's
Yeah.
understood right
In
in,
their-
the
in their
beginning.
native
And maybe
language,
have
yeah.
periodic updates, almost like a scoreboard, saying, "Hey, we're making progress. This is great." But if we want if we want family engagement, it's got to come up front, and if that's best to be done in other languages, I think we have to do that.
Definitely. It makes me wonder how we can sustain that. How do we keep it sustainable? I think doing that.
Well, I mean, one way to do it is have a website.
Have a website would be great. In their
Yeah,
language.
because then you don't have to
That's a
distribute
fantastic
paper.
idea.
But everybody
Are
knows
we
how to
done?
use the internet.
Yeah, you're already at 6 minutes.
Oh,
Oh, I just went 5 because I can only do.
Yeah,
it
I
5
told you it
minutes.
was 5 minutes.